Well, I'm here to give you your second quarter 2025 update. We got a few things to talk about. So the quarter started pretty obnoxiously. If you remember the tariff stuff that spooked the market, we were able to actually take advantage of that, though. We moved a few positions around and we picked up some stuff that's really performed well. And I'm glad we did that because two of our biggest positions, Apple and Google, are both negative for the year. Apple's negative about 17%, so that really hurts. But we're actually got about a quarter point on the S&P 500 as we speak. We're up over 6%. Where that's half a year. I'm happy with that. So I want to talk to you about the U.S. and what the tariffs mean, and that I think that's important to understand it. So in order to increase or you got to deal with this massive debt that we have. In order to do that, the best way to do it, you can't just pay it off. It's just too big, it's massive. But the way you pay it off is you increase your GDP, gross domestic product. We can't do that if we're sending all our manufacturing overseas. So I think it's a really good play to start using tariffs again. In fact, before 1900, we didn't even pay income tax. We had tariff income. So I'm glad we're kind of looking back at that. And as a matter of fact, just a side note, the U.S. Treasury had a $29 billion surplus last month due to unexpected tariff income. That hasn't happened in gosh knows how long. But that's not what's going to happen. We're going to have to work our way through this. But I see all this optimism. I see everything coming back to America. I see Apple doing a deal with MT Materials to build a $500 billion magnet facility to help with their phones instead of getting that from China. Ford is actually repopulating one of their warehouses with equipment to start building their vehicles there instead of in Mexico. So there's a lot going on like that that has me very optimistic about the future of America. So the Fed is in a good position. If we start to get with the economy for any reason were to start to slack off, they're in a great position to lower rates. If they have other tools to deal with inflation. We haven't really seen inflation. Inflation seems to be coming down now. So that's good. I mean, things are still expensive and they're still a little bit more expensive, but the last read, we're only at a 2.7% inflation rate, which is the target's 2, so they're not far off. We were at like 6 or 7, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, I just want you to understand that this is the time to invest. This is sometime I feel I could be completely wrong. I mean, we could have a black swan event. That's why you don't throw it all in. You can't ever do that. You have to always have some in reserve to be able to put in when something bad happens. So we're in a great position to take advantage of whatever happens. So just wanted to keep you updated, and I'll see you next quarter.